Hello everyone, welcome back to Rolling Solo. My name is Adam Smith. We're going to be unboxing a Daimyo Box. This comes from the exclusive Kickstarter stretch goals and box that came from the Rising Sun Kickstarter. So this will not hit retail stores whatsoever. However, I will tell you I've unboxed the core experience as well as the Dynasty expansion, or Dynasty Invasion, I should say. Both of those are actually going to be available through retail, and you can check those unboxings out on my channel if you haven't seen them already. But that alone gives you a ton of content, and the gameplay is really replayable a lot. So what this is going to do is just going to add more. It's really a thank you that Simon does by jamming more content into these types of boxes for the backers. So essentially it's going to add replayability to the game to the nth degree. Whether that nth degree is worth it is up for debate, and that's what we're going to check it out, see what's inside this box. The first thing I want to make mention of before I tear into this is Rising Sun is primarily a multiplayer game, and here on Rolling Solo we focused on solo games, but I also focus on official solo games as well as unofficial ones. And there is a unofficial solo variant being created by an individual named Rob on BoardGameGeek, and if you go to the files section for Rising Sun, you will find a solo variant with automa cards there, which allows you to play Rising Sun with up to, I believe, 2 other opponents. So that's fantastic. It's currently in the works as well. The content's been released for it, so you can actually start playing it, testing it, whatever. He also is making changes on the fly, so if people have suggestions and comments, that's always welcome. I'm sure he'd appreciate it. And I believe he's going clan by clan through them, creating rules for maybe each clan. I'm not sure exactly how that's happening or exactly how he's accepting feedback, but I'm always a big supporter of anybody that's willing to put solo into their game, and especially when it comes into play, when it comes into one of us, one of the board gamers ourselves, taking a game like this, getting it home and saying, you know what, I want this to be a solo experience. Going out of their way to create that was really cool. So I wanted to give a big shout out to him for his work so far. And without further ado, let's dive into this box. So as you can see, the artwork on the box is very nice. Everything that comes with Rising Sun in terms of production quality is very, very good. So as you can see, the box itself looks very nice. If you flip this over to its side, you're going to get some nice artwork. Of course, all sides of the box, like pretty much every Simon Kickstarter ever, is always fantastic art-wise. So it's going to look good on the shelf, if not absolutely terrifying. One of the two. In this case, it could be terrifying depending on which side you decide to display. So without further ado, let's go ahead and flip the box over to its back side so you can actually see what essentially could potentially be written on the back. I don't even know. I haven't actually looked. So let's see. Okay, they actually did put some stuff in the back. That's typical for Simon. So this one here has says, cunning as the fox, gather riches and allies for strength and honor. 10 Fox Clan figures, 10 monster figures. That's right, because Fox Clan was a stretch goal to add this new clan into the game. So you're actually getting a full clan here as well. You're also getting, it looks like, 5 new monsters, of which these guys, well, 2 of them appear to be absolutely massive. The rest of them are more average size. You got a political war board coming. You got some bases, of course. You've got some plastic mandate tiles. This is really cool. It's going to take some cardboard stuff that was within the base game, and it's going to upgrade it to actual plastic tiles that sound great. You got some extra monster cards, I think some season cards. You get plastic alliance markers, which is going to be similar to what you saw in my Dynasty Invasion unboxing. The plastic war banners are going to go from being little tokens to flags. You got 24 plastic strongholds, and the Turtle Clan gets their own turtle miniatures, which are really cool. And you've got 20 plastic ronin tokens, so everything really is just going plastic heavy here. That's really what this whole stretch gold box essentially is doing, as well as adding some coolness in terms of the new clans and new monsters. So pretty awesome. There's a components list here. There's no point in talking about it too much longer. Let's dive into the actual box. I've been dying to open this up, and it's about time I did. I'm so far behind on this. The game released so far back, and I had it for quite some time and just never got around to opening this thing up. And as soon as I started seeing that solo, that unofficial solo variant is out there, that got me excited, and it got me to rip this thing open. So let's go ahead and put this thing dead center in the middle of the shot here real quick. That looks to be about right, and just like that, we're ready to lift the box off and see what we got inside. So actually what I'll do is I'll zoom out just a bit now so we can start seeing things in full clarity as it comes out, so we don't lose anything on the digital zoom side of things. And there we go. And I'll actually show you guys a close-up of the box art because it's pretty insane. It's really cool. Definitely different. Hand-drawn and everything. So I'll put that at the back. Right off the bat, you're seeing a box full of goodies. So the first thing I'm seeing is the Fox clan. So this is the clan that unlocked during the Kickstarter. Looks like the actual ability is called the Wily Presence. So that's theirs. They got their art on the sides. Of course, this will fold when we actually start using it. On the inside, for the player that has the Fox clan, you've got your ability here, some descriptions of some of the things that you can do in your turn, your seasonal income, end of game bonuses, how they work, your starting honor, and your home province. So that's good information there. Wow, these guys are really orange, and on camera they're actually not showing up as orange as they actually are in front of me. I'll skip that for a second. Let's go talk about some of this other stuff. First off, I got this, which I don't know how this differs from the base game box one, but this one has political mandates, so maybe these are different ways of playing the game. It changes up the political mandates. I don't know. I'll have to take a look. I'm not too sure. And you got war advantages. So this might be a Kickstarter exclusive tile that doesn't come in the base box. Has to be, I guess. So there's that. This box, or this little deck of cards right here, is going to obviously add some contents into your seasonal decks. So you've got a few things there. Let's go ahead and tear into that because I'm kind of excited to see what those are. Obviously, some will relate back to some of the monsters. So more cards for the game, but actually this one's, to be totally honest with this one, you're not going to be drowning in a sea of cards. This one is not a card-heavy game, nor is there any dice to be found anywhere. So it's very different that way. It's an area control game with no dice, and but does have miniatures. I guess that's what makes up for the no dice and not as many cards. So here we go. We've got the Phoenix card here as a monster. These are all the different monsters that are coming inside of this box right here. And their names, which I am not even going to bother trying to pronounce on camera unless I want to be laughed at profusely for hours on end. But I'm going to be learning them as I go through. Ah, that's awesome. And you know Eric Lane is a huge panda lover. He enjoys pandas and seems to throw them into every game he possibly can. So that I think is kind of a the one that he just put in there for fun. It could actually be legitimate. I don't know. But I do know that he is into pandas, that's for sure. Okay, so these are really cool. These are going to take what you would typically get in the base game, and they would be cardboard, and it turns them into... These are probably one of the coolest things of the stretch goals, because you're going to get... Now, I hope I got the right amount. I've heard stories that some people have got, you know, the incorrect ones, but wow, these are nice. So these are really nice. Nicer than I thought they were, but you can hear them. Wow, those are really fancy. And I don't know if you guys can see the shimmer on them. Good quality. So you got, these are basically your actions that you're taking on your turn. So you got train, you've got recruit, you've got harvest, marshal, and betray. And of course the backs are all very similar because of course you wouldn't want to know what they are. I hoping, crossing fingers, that I have one of each. If I have doubles of anything, I'm going to cry. But essentially I've seen people that have said they've gotten two. No, I'm good. I'm safe. So I got train, recruit, harvest, marshal, and betray. So one of each. Awesome. So I am not missing or doubling up on any of those. I think there was someone on the forums, maybe it was just one or two people that said, you know, they got two trains and they were missing betrayal or something like that. So that stuff does happen at times, but Simon was pretty good at, I believe, fixing that issue with those individuals pretty fast. But that was something that originally scared me, that would happen to me, but it seemed to be safe. So fingers crossed the rest of it's just as good. Okay, so that's that. I don't know how this is all going to lift out, so let me just do this piece by piece. So this actually comes out as one giant section together. So we've already dealt with this top section, although it's probably taped. Yes, it is. So what I'm going to do is going to cut that tape really quickly. We'll just pull it off because my scissors are terrible. Or not my scissors, my knife is terrible. I'm guessing that there's probably one on the opposite side, so we'll do the exact same thing over here. That one actually did cut, which is a miracle. Okay, and we'll lift this off. Oh no, there is another piece of tape right here. Okay, so I think... Oh, there's a piece of tape on the other side too, so all four sides have tape on it. Don't worry, guys. I will get this. This is a professional unboxing. So, okay, here we go. So there we go. We lifted it all off. Now we have gone through not everything on this top section, even though I just lifted that off. So there is some. Looks like there's 2 layers to this top section. So I'm going to lift this first layer away. Second layer underneath obviously shows. Oh, these are really cool. So you got the plastic versions of all the different yin yang symbols. So that's really cool. Of course, they're for every different clan in the game. So now I think I have a total of 8, I guess, would be how many I have. You got these flags, which is awesome, because they usually were just cardboard tokens. So now they're actual flags. And of course, you got a little base. You can clip them in. I don't know if I'll do that per se, but let's see here. I'll do that later. But essentially, you got all your bases, clip them in, good to go. Then you take this off. And I'll give you guys a close-up of some of the other ones as well. So again, each symbol on these ones have I guess they have their unique clan symbol on them, which makes them kind of cool. Plus, they just look awesome. Here's the other set right here. Very cool. Okay, so underneath of that, we've got a couple more tokens. I can't really say what these are for just yet. I'm not sure. There's 2 of them in the box here, so I don't know what they represent or what they track just yet. These are ronin, I believe, so these are just warriors, if I'm not mistaken. They count as 1 unit, that could be mistaken, but you're basically, instead of using cardboard tokens again, you're using a plastic token. So nice art on them. I'll give you a nice close-up so you can actually see it, but they're bumped out completely. Even this actual icon is bumped out, so you can rub your hand over it and feel the difference. Very nice. Of course, you got plastic strongholds for all the different clans. I probably won't pull these all out, but I'll definitely pull out some. These are very similar to what you saw in the Dynasty Invasion, so they're all stacked right now. But there's 4 of them for each group, and they're all plastic. So those ones don't have anything too special about them, so not going to spend too much time on those ones, but they are very nice looking. Again, the game's really colorful, as you can see. What I really think is awesome is these turtle ones. So the turtle version, or the turtle clan, has strongholds that are literally on top of a turtle's back. And they're the only ones in the game. I think their special ability is based on this, if I'm not mistaken, which I could be. But they are able to basically move their strongholds around, obviously, because the tortoise can move. They get 4 of them, just like everybody else, but they're all mobile. So that's just really interesting and unique. Makes that clan even unique on the board looking, which is definitely different than anything else in terms of the other clans. Their abilities are more based in things like money or things like that. So I'd have to actually know a little bit more about the game, but I know one of them is really good at getting things for cheap, for instance. Alright, so that's that. So we'll take that away. Next up, we've got a giant box of miniatures. So we're going to do what we've done in the past here, try to remove the 90 pounds of tape, and then I'm going to try to show you guys each unique miniature. So that's kind of going to be the goal. So what I'll do is I'll take this completely out. We got bases on the bottom, but I'm not going to bother showing you or pulling those out because they're just bases. They're not going to really give you any special excitement, but they're all per each clan. Yeah, I think actually there was only 1 piece of tape on this, if I'm not mistaken, so I might be able to actually lift this right off. Yeah, it looks like it. Oh, but there is a top section here. Okay, so we'll pull this off. And there's one here, which means there's got to be one over here. And there's got to be one over here. Okay, I think I got them all. Alright, let's lift this and see what happens. See how much stuff I can chuck around the room. Oh, there was one in the corner? That's just rude. Okay, I think that's it. I hope. Nope, there's another one over here. Wow, they did 6 on this one. Oh, they did them on these corners over here too. Well, they're super protective of this box, that's for sure. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't think that this was going to be as interesting. I'll likely edit this out, and if I don't, well, you have to suffer with me. So, now that we've gotten that all straightened away, let's take a look at the miniatures. Wow, that was fun, right? Okay, so that's the box removed away, and there we go. We've got a whole bunch of interesting miniatures. So the first off, I'll go through the clan itself, so the Fox clan. Let's just take a look at them. Very cool right off the bat. I'm already interested. I love how every single clan has a complete unique vibe. This guy's got a head attached to his stick, so he's not someone to be messed with, apparently. We've got these. I got 3 of these guys. And there's a little bit of a bend there with their stuff, although I'm bending it with my finger, but there's a little bit of a bend there that I'll have to deal with some hot water, but it's not bad. Kind of reminds me of Blood Rage. There was a few things that were just a little bit bent. The thicker stuff, whenever they have poles or swords that are like this type of thickness, they typically don't bend at all, and if they're not that long, they're usually fine. So, there's a decent look at that one. And then these guys here, do they have guns? They do. These guys actually have guns, so there you go. Pretty cool. All right, so that's the Fox clan. Sorry about the focus here. Let's see if I can bring this back. And there we go. Okay, so we've got all these other miniatures on the side, all these monsters that I want to show you one by one. So let's start far over here and work our way over. So the very first monster, I'm not even bothering to name this, is someone you probably wouldn't want to see in your closet at night, but he's a creepy individual. Yeah, he looks like a ghost to me. It's like basically hovering. And he's probably got one of the creepiest smiles on his face I've seen. So, yeah, don't want to run into him in the dark. This individual looks like a witch, would be my guess. Or at least is dressed like a witch. If I'm not mistaken, an insane amount of hair. Ooh, yep, lots of hair. Tons of hair. Okay. This one looks like it has a... This one's more normal. She is... What is she carrying there? It's like a sword, but it looks like it has like spikes on it. No spikes. Or maybe it's just sheathed right now. I don't really know. It's kind of hard to tell, but that one's kind of cool. I like that one. Simplistic, but sometimes the simplistic ones are nice. She does have a... If it is a she has a tail. I think it is a she. And this one here, this looks like a fox. A fox in a hood. A pig in a hood. A fox in a hood. We'll go with fox. A wolf. Could be a wolf, actually. It would make more sense if it was a wolf, I think. I guess technically this is the Fox clan. Could be a fox. I don't know. I don't know if these ones are specific to this group or not. I don't think they are. I think these are just stretch goal extras, so I think every clan can use these. This one's crazy. I don't know if you guys can see the detail on that, but I'm surprised none of those are bent. They actually came out pretty perfect, even though there's a ton of them. Wow. That is a lot going on in this miniature. I could see somebody really having fun painting the shadows and the different layers on that one. This guy's really cool. Some gigantic bear, basically. Like this massive mace thing. It's like an axe. It's like a double-bladed axe, basically, I guess is what I would call that. He is a beast. Big guy. Don't want to mess with him. Further on down, we'll do this guy here. He is a monkey. Could be human. Could be a monkey. Could be a bit of both. Oh, it's a human. He's just basically sitting on his stick like a monkey, I guess. He's very... Oh, no, wait, never mind. He's got a tail. So yeah, he's kind of a little bit in between, I guess. Wow, the more you learn, the more you look at these things, you're like, oh yeah, that's no, that's not human. Just like this one. This one's human, right? No, I don't know what that is, but it's a human head on top of a pile of gross. That's what that is. Yeah, that's disturbing, for sure. Whoever gains that monster, I don't want to be anywhere near it. Now the two coolest miniatures in this entire box are the biggest ones, of course. That's usually how it works. So the first one, which I think is the second largest... Ooh, this thing is crazy. Okay, so I don't know what this is. Don't know what to call it. I'm not going to name it. I'm not going to try to. Kind of looks like the Dragon King from Kingdom Death Monster in like a miniature version or a small version. If I just look at his face. More so like this. Anyway... Huge, crazy. There's all kinds of detail. I don't know if you guys can see it. There's serpents coming off the back of this thing. I don't know if they're connected into him or they're just crawling around him, but he apparently likes to bring his friends with him. He's got a massive tail that rotates all the way around the whole side of him. It appears as though he's crushed an animal of some type. Sorry for the glitch. Let me get the... There we go. Looks like he's got his hand crushed on some animal who then is holding onto a ball. Looks like a dog or a bulldog. I don't know what that is. So something just got absolutely ravaged by this thing, and it's just sitting on top of it, like it's claimed its prey, I guess. Wow, don't know what to say, but that's aggressive. Very cool, very cool. This guy is like Godzilla. I guess this is as close to looking like Godzilla, I guess, as you could get. That's awesome. This thing's huge. There's my hand for reference. This thing is thick. It's massive. You could probably throw this at somebody if they broke into your house. You might be able to knock them out. It's decent. It would definitely cut them, that's for sure. Very angry individual. This one's really cool. I like this one a lot. I could see a lot of people gunning to get this thing on the board. I don't know what each of these monsters do just yet, but yeah, oh, they got numbers on the bottom of these things now. Okay, so that essentially wraps up the this Daimyo box. So that is all the Kickstarter exclusive material that comes inside of this this box. So hopefully this was helpful in showing you guys what's inside in case you're scrounging around trying to find it. If you happen to back the Kickstarter, you already have this. If you didn't, then at least if you're gunning to find one or buy one in the BoardGameGeek market or eBay or Kijiji or your local Facebook board game groups or wherever, I'd also advise you try to find one that someone's paying at a reasonable price. Don't get sucked into the hype of buying these things at like overblown prices, which a lot of people will try to sell them for, making them seem like they're ultra rare when really there are tons of people with them and they're eventually going to want to sell them, or they may not even play the game. So maybe waiting out on those things is sometimes the best rather than gunning and spending an absolute ridiculous amount of money on it. But hopefully this shows you exactly what you get inside of this box, and then that'll help inform you on your choice of whether to go after it or not, as well as if you're waiting for this in the mail. Although if you're waiting for this in the mail at this point in the game, you are probably in trouble. But it's possible. At least this will give you guys, give that person whoever's watching a little bit of a breather. This will help you. I guess it will help you as your package arrives in the mail. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for your support, guys. As always, keep on rolling solo.